Maya Harris had always been seen as just the janitor at the prestigious Innovatech Enterprises, a sprawling tech firm known for its breakthroughs in cybersecurity. Little did they know that the quiet, reserved woman in her mid-30s, who went unnoticed in the halls with her cleaning supplies, was the mastermind behind the advanced security system that protected their multi-million-dollar operations. What happened next turned everything they believed about her upside down. Maya, dressed in a simple gray work uniform, had blended perfectly into the background of Innovatech's sleek, high-tech offices. With her mop and cleaning bucket, she could disappear into the corridors of the building, unnoticed by the bustling employees who rushed to their meetings and calls. Her uniform, embroidered with the company's logo, marked her as part of the cleaning staff. To the company's elite workforce, Maya was just another anonymous figure to ignore. But Maya's decision to take on this menial role was no accident. She had carefully crafted this persona to observe, to gather intelligence from within the very company she had built her career on. For days, she became invisible to everyone, wearing the mask of someone who had no power or influence. It was exactly the kind of disguise she needed. Her new colleagues, high-powered executives and ambitious tech developers, seldom acknowledged her. In fact, Maya overheard dismissive whispers about her every day. "She's just the cleaning lady. What's her real story?" They gossiped, chuckling behind her back. What none of them knew was that Maya wasn't just a cleaner. She was the brains behind Innovatech's flagship product, the Enforcer security system, a platform revered across the tech world for its unmatched ability to prevent breaches and detect intrusions. Innovatech had built its entire reputation on the security features Maya designed, but she never sought fame or recognition. Maya wasn't interested in glory. She wanted to see her creation in action, to understand how people interacted with it, and to uncover where the human element, flaws and all, could undermine its perfection. In her first few days, Maya endured the typical snubs and condescending remarks. Her co-workers, assuming she was nothing more than a low-level worker, gave her orders without a second thought. They barely acknowledged her presence as they passed by, too absorbed in their own world of deadlines, promotions, and deals. However, Maya wasn't offended. She observed them quietly. She took mental notes of their behavior, their habits, and their attitudes toward security protocols. What she discovered was shocking. The system she had created to protect Innovatech was being regularly undermined by its own employees. People bypassed the security protocols when they were inconvenient, ignored system alerts, and sometimes even tampered with the settings. But the real discovery was even more troubling. Maya noticed some of her co-workers accessing restricted areas, sneaking into secure data rooms, and behaving suspiciously at odd hours. It became clear to her that the thefts plaguing Innovatech weren't random. They were part of a well-organized inside job. Without revealing her suspicions, Maya began her own investigation. As the architect of the Enforcer security system, she had built-in features that no one else knew about. Among them was an advanced behavioral analysis module that could track patterns of suspicious activity and identify internal threats. Maya activated it quietly, allowing the system to monitor everything without her co-workers ever realizing it. Meanwhile, rumors began to swirl around the office. People started asking why Maya, with her obvious tech expertise, had chosen a low-level cleaning position. Was she just hiding something? Or was there more to her story? Some employees even speculated that she was the one causing the security breaches. Maya, of course, ignored the gossip. She was playing a longer game, and she was certain the truth would reveal itself soon. Then, one fateful morning, the inevitable happened. The company called an urgent meeting. The usual hum of keyboards and clicking mice was replaced by a thick tension in the air. Everyone shuffled into the conference room, exchanging nervous glances. The CEO, Mr. Turner, stood at the front, his face pale. "We've had a serious breach," he announced, his voice heavy. "Sensitive data has been compromised, and it's not a coincidence. We have a leak within this company, and it's time to get to the bottom of it." The employees sat in stunned silence. The room buzzed with uneasy whispers. Todd, a senior project lead known for his arrogance and entitled attitude, sat back in his chair and smirked. "Well, maybe we should start with the obvious," Todd suggested, pointing at Maya. She's always lurking around with cleaning supplies. Who knows what she's really up to? The room grew still as all eyes turned to Maya. She was unfazed, her expression calm. She met Todd's accusatory gaze without flinching. "I do what I'm told," she replied evenly, her voice steady. "Nothing more, nothing less." Despite her composed response, Todd's insinuation planted seeds of doubt among the employees. Whispers erupted, and though no one openly agreed with Todd, suspicion grew. Maya didn't let it faze her. She quietly left the meeting, her thoughts focused entirely on the task at hand. As the days went on, Maya's investigation began to uncover startling evidence. Her data revealed that some of the most trusted employees had been manipulating the security logs, accessing unauthorized areas, and even intentionally disabling certain features to cover their tracks. It was clear that the thefts were an inside job, orchestrated by a few who thought they were untouchable. At the end of the week, the office was on edge. Mr. Turner called another meeting. This time, he had security footage to review. The first video clip appeared on the screen, showing Todd and two senior developers sneaking into restricted zones during late hours, using stolen access cards to steal valuable equipment. Their actions were so brazen and deliberate that no one could deny what they were seeing. A collective gasp filled the room. Todd, who had earlier pointed fingers at Maya, now looked like he'd seen a ghost. This can't be right," he stammered. "The footage must be doctored." "The system doesn't lie," Mr. Turner said sharply. "The timestamps match perfectly with the access logs." The room turned to Maya, who stood quietly and confidently, her presence commanding the room. "Many of you assumed I was just the cleaning staff," Maya began, her voice calm yet firm. "But I built this system. Every line of code, every safeguard, every security feature was designed by me. And I designed it to catch betrayal like this." The room fell silent, awestruck and humiliated. Mr. Turner turned to his security team, instructing them to remove Todd and the others. Legal actions would follow. Later that day, Maya was summoned to Mr. Turner's office. "I owe you an apology," Mr. Turner said sincerely. "Why didn't you tell us who you were?" Maya smiled faintly. "I wanted to see how the system performed under pressure. I wanted to see if the people using it would take it seriously. But I didn't expect it to reveal so much about the people I worked with." Impressed by Maya's intelligence and integrity, Mr. Turner offered her a leadership role in the company, ensuring her skills would never again be overlooked. In the weeks that followed, Innovatech underwent a transformation. The employees began to reflect on how they had underestimated Maya, and the company instilled a new culture of transparency and fairness, ensuring that no one would ever be dismissed or overlooked again. In the end, Maya had proven one powerful truth. True influence doesn't come from a title, but from resilience, wisdom, and the courage to face the truth head-on.